yet. I can't answer that. I don't have an update.
How bad did it look at least? Upper, lower, middle?
Well, I'll have to just get the report before I answer that question.
Another overtime loss for you guys. What's sort of the issue with you guys in the extra period, do you think?
No, just probably the same thing that happened right on the winning goal. I mean, we didn't manage the puck in traffic at their blue line. There's a lot of room. I think Marlowe came off the bench. We had D up on the play, probably a little too tight to the effort, but it started with the guy managing the puck at the blue line. I mean, sometimes you got to keep it simple. You have self-chip it, go on the other side, get it deep. Keep possession, wear them down, open up some seams, and see if you can break down coverage. And when you turn the puck over right there, that's a transitional puck, and we did that a lot more in the game, more than I wanted to. That's for sure. First period we did it right. We did things correctly, and had a really strong first period. The only thing they had going was that we took a couple penalties and gave them some momentum off that.
Another fast start. It's sort of kind of becoming, you even got the goal this time though, kind of becoming a habit with this team right now?
Well, we came out, we knew that we had to establish our forecheck, and we tried to do that, and I think we did a pretty good job on that. And I thought we had a really strong first period. As I said, we took a couple penalties that gave them some momentum, and then we got it sort of back after we killed those penalties. The penalty kill gave us the momentum. And then, we had a chance to go up 2-0 a couple times. Marty, I think at the end of the first period, Sully had a breakaway. We had some really good chances when it was 1-0, and we didn't convert on that to get the second goal. And then they were just one shot away. And Setaguchi comes down the wall, and I mean Pex played that. He had probably 99% of the net covered, and he sometimes the perfect puck. Placed in the right spot trumps everything. So perfect shot, and went in, and then obviously we gave up too many shots, and that became because we didn't manage the puck through the neutral zone. I mean, they did a real good job and closed their gaps. We had really good gaps early. They had really good gaps late in the game. So they did a lot of low cycle, throwing pucks to the net from trying to create a lot of that chaotic type of thing, but at the same time, they're we didn't get it deep on them. Therefore, you spent some zone time.
I was going to say 50 shots against, but they weren't a lot of dangerous shots.
Well, it depends who you talk to. Every shot that's at the net has a chance to go in, but at the same time, they were just funneling pucks, and we had people all around it, but they were just Pex is sealing the ice, and they're just throwing it, from angles just off his pads, what have you, but they had some momentum because we didn't get it out, we didn't get it deep a few times. We lost a couple battles on the wall, those type of things, and they kept it alive, and you got your D out there caught out a couple times, and they were able to put a lot of pucks towards the net, but they didn't have too many of those. Grade A type of chances. A lot of them were hard shots with rebounds coming off the pads and getting them to the outside, that type of thing. So Peck saw a lot of the pucks, which was helpful obviously for him, but they still had too many pucks. I mean, we can't remember the last time we gave up 50 shots. I know it's an extended game because of the overtime, but still we got to keep that a little tighter, at least in the 30s. But they're like Detroit. They overwhelm you by throwing pucks at the net and trying to beat you, into those hard areas. So.
Decision to sit Dumont tonight?
Well, what that was obviously a tough one. It's a coach's decision. We're getting healthy, and I have to, put people into certain areas and trying to keep lines and stabilize things a little bit, instead of trying to, everybody who's coming back, trying to get them catch up to the speeding train right now. So it was just the coach's decision more than anything.
Is that something, one game thing, or you think he's
going
going to hurt his way?
Really, we just got to take one game at a time, and situational and all that. So I really can't answer that. I can, but you're probably not going to get an answer.
Spouse didn't get much playing time. Did he get a stinger or something? It looked like he had
Who?
some spat up. Or it looked like he had
No,
some-
he's fine. He's fine. I just, we got rolling into sort of matchups and Smitty and Spalls were killing penalties, so he sort of didn't get a whole lot of ice time. So it's going to be difficult to get the, guys in if, you got Slots coming, just coming back now, and he's, obviously he's not going to get a ton of ice time out of the shoot, and then, maybe down the road Jordan comes back, and then, you've got some depth, which we haven't had too many decisions, but the depth gives you competition, and it makes the coach's decision harder and harder.
Fisher kept on the line with Coach Dietzen and Iraq. What
Yeah.
did you like out of him on that unit? And
Well, I like that line. Last game they created, they're all pretty good in terms of the pace that they play at, their skill level. They had some hardness. They went head-to-head against Joe Thornton's line all night, and I thought they did a pretty decent job. I mean, we held the Sharks to 1 goal. They held us to 1 goal. So those are the tight games that are going to happen. So I wish we would have ended up on the other side of the ledger. Go into a shootout or win in overtime. So
He addressed the play at overtime in practice. What do you do? Is there anything you address in practice with that? I mean,
yeah, well, in terms of
just playing better in overtime.
well, it's puck management. It's no different than playing 5-on-5. You've got to manage the puck. You're going to have obviously an activated D trying to create stuff. It's probably a little more movement. Everybody gets all enticed to be a part of the play, and sometimes you try to force things, and the team makes a good defensive read. You make an errant pass, and they counter, and lo and behold, it ends up in the back of your net. So, I can't remember all the overtime losses, but some of them are top players. Getting a loose puck, it's a turnover, it's a shot, a rebound, it's a wrist shot with a screen. I mean, there's so many scenarios. So, obviously, overtime is. We've been okay in overtime because we've won a lot of shootout games, so we haven't won too many in overtime, but we've lost a few in overtime.
Can you comment on the penalty kill ranked first in the NHL at home on home ice? How big they were tonight in getting that?
Well,
point?
they were really huge. I mean, just go back through the first period. We were playing very, very well, and they get we got the 5-on-3 against us, and they killed that off, and then. Momentum-wise, they gained momentum, but as soon as we killed it off, we got the momentum back, and then we were back in their end and doing those things, and it's huge. I mean, and they're huge even when we got tied 1-1. I mean, they get that second goal, and it might have been over, but we, because of that, we got a point tonight. We got a power play goal, and our penalty kill was really good, so we got a point. It's not what we wanted. We wanted 2, and didn't want to give them any, but. I'll take any point from now to the end of the season because it's huge.
Did you feel this game had more of a playoff feel than usual?
It started to, yeah. I mean, the intensity level and the matchups and all that started to be a little bit more of a focus than probably they have in the past. So, yeah, it's going to get ramped up here in the West. And this was a little bit of a road trip for them, and they wanted to finish strong, and they wanted to catch us. So they caught us, but they didn't pass us, and that's probably the one positive.
Okay.